Okay, Clutterly Ridiculous channel viewers, ridiculites, fellow sufferers of the clutter disasters that we create for ourselves. I, in the years gone by, have an unknown number. I'm going to say 25 to 40 totes full of stuff. Cumulatively, altogether, I've gotten rid of things over the years and accumulated twice what I got rid of, and it wasn't really something that I did like hurry up and get more stuff. I just continued my pattern of not being able to rid myself of anything. If somebody gave me something, I felt obligated to keep it. And so here we are. I'm down to the last two totes. I have a bag that's full of stuff. I think I have another bag full of stuff out in, if I'm not mistaken, but the bag that's full of stuff is not much, comparatively speaking. It's not much compared to what a tote will hold. And so here I am. This is truly the culmination of a dream. And I'm not going to say that everything that I have minimalized is going to be in a state of being done. What I am saying is that the totes full of mishmashes and miscellaneous potpourri, potluck, different items that don't belong together is coming to a close. And so what we're going to do here is I'm going to turn the camera here, and this will be one of the last totes here. So you might not be able to see it here. But I'm actually going to turn the camera around. There's the tote. Apparently my camera is in reverse when it's behind the other direction of the camera here, because it's kind of doing the opposite. But there you go. Okay. All right. Well, here we go. We're going to take a moment to switch the camera angle, and what I'm going to do is I've got my garbage bin here and my bag for papers in the down on my side. Okay, so what I'm going to do is going to start the process now, and I'll get back to you once we're getting through this one. Okay. Bye. So here we go. I'm going through this tote. It's mostly papers. A few things, cleaning supply type things, but generally mostly paperwork. Papers, when I say papers, it's stuff that's going into the burn pile, honestly. So getting this one done. Looking forward to the end of the process, and almost done, so there we go. Okay, so here's the final tote. We're going to take a look at it. I'm probably going to end up having to use a couple bags on this one. So we'll open her up and get it rolling and see what comes about of that. Okay. Okay, this is an example of the struggle I have with my clutter. It's mostly paper work and papers that I'm throwing out, but a lot of this stuff is things that I'm setting aside because I can't throw it away, and there's going to be more sorting that's needed. So not an easy process, but still rewarding even so. Oh boy. Okay, friends, what we got is, those were the last 2 totes that I have, and I went through them both, and there's some things that I basically went through and got rid of a lot of the papers that were mixed in. It's hard for me to even believe I'm down to the last 2 totes. But what's the situation here is that I went through the totes, and now I'm looking at stuff, and I put a whole bunch of stuff aside. I do have places for the things that I'm putting aside, but I'm somewhat surprised at, even after all I've done and gone through, how much stuff I still have. What I'm going to do is take the camera over to the stuff I set aside to be kitchen stuff, some bathroom stuff, things like that. So this is what we got here. You see how much stuff that is? Here's the dilemma, and this is just being real. This is keeping it real. This is the type of stuff that happens when you have accumulated a massive amount of stuff. And for me to just throw all this stuff away, I have that mental block. There's things that I'm going to use in my kitchen, some pot holders and kitchen utensils that I'd put in this tote. I didn't think I thought the last tote I did was, I'm sorry, not the last one, but the one before that had the kitchen stuff in it, but I took stuff out of a tote of things I was going to donate and put it back in this tote. So this is where it comes to a point of difficulty. This is being real about the process. I've got electronic stuff over here, and I don't remember where some of those the cords and whatnot came from, because I've been having that stuff for so many years. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to take all the stuff that I put aside. I'm going to have to put it after I got just a few more paperwork things to once I get rid of the paperwork stuff, then it'll be a little more cohesive for me to really get into the more detailed stuff. But here's the dilemma. Here's the rub. The rubber meeting the road. I'm down to a point where I have a whole bunch of stuff, and I mean I have a lot of stuff still. If I put all this stuff back in a tote, it probably would fill it up, and I'd need another one. And this is why this is ridiculous. This clutter is ridiculous. And I'm not going to put up with it anymore. I'm going to go through the rest of this tote. I just stopped because I started to get a little bit perturbed at how much stuff I was putting aside that I shouldn't even have had it to begin with. But so I just stopped. It's kind of late right now. This is why I become the way I am. And this is a very teachable moment for me, because I'm looking at my situation as it stands, coming into it with a real, raw assessment of what's going on here. And this is what needs to happen. You need to see a mess to see just how much this clutter affects you mentally. I'm not discouraged. even though I'm a little bit perturbed at myself for how much stuff I have, it's still a positive moment because I'm looking at this and realizing that the change of heart is there. Yes, it needs to go deeper, and I need to evaluate things for what they are. So now I've got a whole bunch of stuff, and I mean a lot of stuff. I have a lot of stuff sitting here. What I'm going to have to do is sift the next level. So I'm still encouraged. I'm still happy. I'm still very excited about the next step that comes. And this is the next step. I have a whole bunch of stuff that I'm going to give away. I have more stuff I'm going to give away than... I thought my last trip to Goodwill was my last trip to Goodwill, but apparently it's not. So we're going to keep on going here. I'm going to bring it to a close right here for the night. When you get fatigued, I've been doing this for most of the day here. I'm fatigued, and I don't want to let my fatigue... I'm not necessarily physically fatigued. I could keep on working, but I'm just overwhelmed at all the stuff I've done today. I really did a lot. I mean, I went through quite a bit of stuff today. So, going to bring it to a close here. And tomorrow's a new day. I'm going to continue to have my upbeat, upright mindset. This is a small matter. It's going to be something that I will find resolution with. And as I continue to go through the things more and more and more, we will continue to give you more and more content. And this is where the rubbers meet in the road. Okay, until next time, see y'all later.